Hello explorers, Kaitlyn Explorer here, and today I'm here to talk about being a house sitter. So watch all the way to the end so you can hear the 7 different things I think you should know as you go through the process of becoming a house sitter. So tune in to learn what it's like to be a house sitter with Trusted House Sitters. And also at the end, I will give you a discount code to sign up for Trusted House Sitters where you will get 25% off your fee. So let's get into it. And before we do, again, I am Kaitlyn Explorer, and here on my channel, I'll talk about all things travel and sustainability. So if you have not already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. It is free for you to do so. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. And if you enjoy this video, leave me a tip by hitting the thanks button down below. Now let's get into today's video. So the first thing you have to do to become a house sitter is sign up with Trusted House Sitters. Very easy. You're gonna go over to Trusted House Sitters, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna give you that link to head over so you can get that 25% off. But that's the first thing you have to do. You have to sign up and get on the platform. You can't get a house sit if you're not in the game. Now, after you sign up with Trusted House Sitters, you have to complete your profile. In last week's video, I talked about the different steps and things that you have to consider for your profile, which will be linked down below. So you can use that video as a reference guide to help you create your own profile. But you need to create the profile from your perspective, because people will know if you use the guide or if it's not you, especially once they talk to you. But the important things you need to put in that profile is how you've cared for a pet in the past, and if you haven't, what you think or expect to do when you care for that pet of that pet owner, and also how you take care of a home and what would you do in an emergency. So make sure you focus on those things, and also still talk about why you're interested in house sitting, who you are, and make sure you have very friendly photos when you set up your profile. You want to have a profile that is attractive and warm and friendly so people can actually click on it, and when they do interview you or look at your application to, possibly house sit for them, you want to stand out from the rest. Now, the third thing you need to do in order to get into this house sitting game with Trusted House Sitters is that you may want to apply for a house sit. When you're new to the platform, okay, you're not going to have any house sits under your belt. Hopefully you have a few references on your profile, but homeowners, pet owners are probably not going to just readily click on your profile and say, hey, may you please house sit for me. So when you start out on the platform, you're going to have to do your research. So say you live in Atlanta, as I do, you're going to go in and type up Atlanta, because it's highly recommended to actually get a house sit in your local area. It is easier for you to do. You know the area, okay? You can easily get there. You have more opportunities to potentially house sit because you don't have to stop your normal day-to-day activities. And then you can work those reviews up by doing local house sits before you expand outside of your city, state, or country, right? You're gonna have to go and look for them. You can look at the houses, you can look at the general area that it's located in, look at what type of pets you might have to take care of, and then you're gonna start applying. And when you apply, you wanna make sure you have a really nice note to say why you are interested in a house sit for that location. So, and I'll talk about that in another video, because you want to make sure you call out certain things in there, again, still being warm and friendly when you apply for your house sit. Get your foot in to start getting those reviews, apply for houses, and try to apply local to you first to help get those reviews up. Now you finally have your first house sit. Congratulations. That's so exciting. But you don't want to blow this house sit, because you want to have a great review at the end of this house sit. So when you first get accepted into the house sit, but before you actually start your house sit, you want to get a welcome guide. This welcome guide is going to give you all the information that you need to know about their home and their pet. I mean, it could be things from like how to use the TV, how much food the pet gets, how often you feed the pet, where are certain things, where's the key, what is the code. All those different things are going to be in the guide. That is like the Bible of that person's home and pet, okay? So you make sure you get it. If they do not send it to you, right away and the sit is approaching, make sure you go in and request the welcome guide. There's actually a feature you can do that, and Trusted House Sitters will prompt you at times to request that welcome guide. But you definitely want to have it. It will definitely help you in having very important information, such as the homeowner's phone number and emergency contacts, before you start that house sit. All right, it is time for the house sit. You have your welcome guide, and it is time to start the sit. First thing you want to do, arrive on time. If your time is 2 p.m. for arrival, make sure you are there by 2 p.m. If not a little bit earlier, because maybe the pet has to be walked or something right after you get there. Or maybe they're waiting for you, they want to meet you before they leave, and they have to get to the airport, or they need to hit the road or something. Also, please always follow the instructions, specifically in the welcome guide. Make sure you keep that person's place clean. Leave it the way you left it and better. And of course, make sure you keep the pets cared for. If they are supposed to be fed 2 times a day, make sure you feed them 2 times a day. Make sure they're going to the bathroom. Make sure they're getting that love. Make sure they're getting that playtime. You make sure they are taken care for better than what you are required to do. You want to make sure that pet is happy to see you if they ever have to see you again. And plus, you never know, even though it's not supposed to be there, if someone has a camera in their home, it's supposed to be turned off by rules of Trusted House Sitters, but you never know. Now, if they have plants, you also have to care for those the proper way. Make sure you know how often you're supposed to water the plant and take care of it, because you don't want them to come back to a shriveled up plant or it has died because you did not water it or do what you were supposed to do. And the most important thing to do while you're on the house sit is communicate. If you have any questions or concerns while on the house sit about the home, about finding things, about something weird that may have happened, about the pet, maybe the pet got sick or something, communicate that information. If nothing's wrong, communicate to them. You may want to set up a time with the homeowner saying like, hey, how often do you want me to contact you with updates? If they don't have a pet, maybe once a week. If they have a pet, you might want to send something once a day or every other day. So you definitely want to give updates to make sure the homeowner knows everything is in good hands. Keep enjoying your time away from the home and your pet. Everything will be perfect when you get back. Communication is key when you're on a house sit. Now, when you get done with your house sit, you've given your keys back, your duties are over, you get back home. Now it's time for the review period. Both you as the house sitter, as well as the homeowner pet owner, will leave reviews. I usually try to leave my review for the homeowner pet owner as soon as possible, because I want to get whatever's in my mind out on the table right away. I don't want to forget anything, but usually you can't do it until the next day. So if your house sit ends on Saturday, you won't be able to submit the review until Sunday, because the platform doesn't know exactly what time your house sit pet sit is over on Saturday. So once the review period opens the next day, go in and leave that review. You will give them up to 5 stars, as well as giving words about the review. You can give feedback, you can give information in there to let people know who might apply for a house sit or pet sit there in the future, how that homeowner is. But if you did an excellent job as a house pet sitter, you also are looking for that review from the homeowner or pet owner. Now, keep in mind, they just finished traveling, so they're not going to probably give you a review immediately the next day, because they're trying to get settled in. It's going to be a little bit of time, maybe a couple days, but you can send a request to the homeowner to get them to leave a review when they're ready. So they'll get an email notification about that. But you definitely want to get that review from the homeowner, because that is going to help you with a house sit in the future. Now, let me tell you about my experience of being a house sitter. I have been a house sitter a couple times. Being a house sitter has had some wonderful yet crazy experiences. The first house sit I ever did as a house sitter, I sat for someone over Labor Day weekend and they went out of town with their children and they had a dog and 2 cats. And I just love that experience. It was concerning at first because I've never owned a cat. So the cats would always go out at night. I don't know where they went. I was concerned. You know, there's a lot of forests here in Atlanta. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is something gonna happen? But they had a routine. You could tell the cats were like, hey, it's dinner time. We had our dinner, we ate today, but now it's time for us to go outside. And then the next morning they will come back, they will stay inside all day. And then their dog, Josie, was amazing. Oh my God, Josie knew when I was getting ready to leave from the house sit because she did not want me to go. She came, this huge dog came, sat on my lap. I was like, no, you're not leaving. They definitely were great animals. The house was nice. Another place, another person who had French bulldogs too, and they were a piece of work. When I say they were a piece of work, I would say the younger one hadn't been trained well. So that was a whole thing. And then also the location of the house sit kind of sucked. Not like it was a bad area, like bad neighborhood. It was right next to I-75. When I say I-75, Interstate 75 that goes through downtown Atlanta. So all you hear is the cars going down. I don't live near an interstate. I never have, especially interstate that busy. And all I heard was the cars all night, swishing by. And then they had construction. They had construction one time. I did a house sit there twice. I don't know why I did the second one, but there was construction and all I could hear one night, beep, beep, beep. And I was like, oh my God, I have to work tomorrow. I have to do something tomorrow. And all I hear is this annoying noise outside. But it's definitely a learning experience. It's things that I know, like, okay, when I did the second and third house sit, I need to kind of pay attention on the map, the location of the house sit, because I can't be near somewhere that is very loud like that at night. You learn from the different house sit experiences. Obviously, you're not gonna always know the area. Like I know Atlanta, so I know like I can look at the map saying like, oh, that's not the best area or not. So you might wanna do a little bit of research and definitely read the reviews before you apply for a house sit, because once you get into that house sit, you can't just back out. If you back out of a house sit, it has to be some very, extreme circumstances. It can't just be because you don't feel like doing it anymore. You'll get dinged against that on your account. It's been a great experience so far. I hope to do more house sits as I travel, and I will keep you posted. All right, explorers, I hope you enjoyed this video and knowing about the 7 different things you should know as you go through the house sitting process, as well as a little recap of my first couple house sit experiences. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It is free for you to do so, and it helps me provide more and better content to you in the future. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about this video about being a house sitter with Trusted House Sitters, leave that down below in the comment box. And of course, as I promised, if you would like to sign up for Trusted House Sitters and get a 25% off discount of your first year of membership, you can go to this link down below, and it'll also be linked down below in the description box. And make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks so they can learn about this information as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever in the world you are. Bye.